Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Dawn of War 2 replay. It's on the north side as the Apothecary. We have Guldan, or that's the south side. Spawn on the north side as the Eversour assassin. We have cROMwell, or cROMwell. cROMwell. Yep. Sometimes the acronyms just don't click in my mind. Sometimes. Tactical Marines are pushing the way forward, perhaps eyeing this requisition point. Power point has been secured, and it's generally capturing in all directions by both players. Strike Squad versus Tactical Marines. The Strike Squad probably would win out in melee, but since they were capturing, they were able to get the bolter damage in as well. And we've got those Tactical Marines now falling back. Strike Squad will get an early victory and claim this requisition point. Well, this requisition point will be claimed as well. On the left side, we've got the Eversour assassin capturing up the power point, and the Apothecary is going to capture up this requisition point. So overall, good field control coming out by the Eversour assassin. Oh yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to the build queues, but yeah, we've got Tactical Marines and versus another Strike Squad. You don't really see two Strike Squads, so this should be a bit interesting. A little bit unusual build order. Most of the time when I see Grey Knights, I see like 2 or 3 Inquisitorial Stormtroopers and perhaps into Inquisitorial Operatives. But you really don't really see too many Strike Squads. Apothecary does get a nice heal there on the Tactical Marine, while the Eversour assassin is getting some good damage in return. He's probably going to need to get another heal on that Tactical Marine squad as soon as possible. This Tactical Marine squad is still engaging as well, getting some great damage there on the Eversour assassin. Apothecary does get one more melee hit there, but not enough to wipe him out. That Tactical Marine squad will fall back, as this one starts engaging the Strike Squad in melee, but the Apothecary is also here, and perhaps could get a good heal there onto the Tactical Marines. He does. The Apothecary should potentially win out this fight. Yeah, it does take out a model there. Over here, we do got the power point being decaptured, and this VP and requisition point being captured for the other side. Oh, it's cutting it really close, actually. And the Apothecary just got upgraded the Sanguine Sword, so now he gets health on hit. And I think he would have won that fight. I think he fell back too soon. But he will be able to escape out of there, no problem.
The enemy is destroying a key structure.
Strike Squad, we're seeing. Oh, that Strike Squad's going to get wiped. He was not paying attention. Scouts are falling back as well. We got the Inquisitorial Stormtroopers pushing the way forward. Losing that Strike Squad is a big investment down. It's like 450 requisition, maybe 500. They're expensive. 450? Alright. I feel like they're better than Tax in every single way. Like, the Strike Squads still have really good range attacks, while being even better than melee. I think their compared attacks, they're just significantly better, but that's just my opinion. They offer good range fire and melee attacks. Tactical Marines do have decent melee attacks, but I feel like the Tactical Strike Squad is just overall just better. Scouts will be decapturing that point. They probably need to fall back, or they're going to get inside one of these garrisons. All 3 models managed to make it there, so we'll be able to get some good protection. 2 generators have been deployed now. We got all 3 up north. We got a second replacement strike squad, so he only keeps his 2 strike squads alive, but he has spent very little power, so he's going to get some good early tech. Maybe we do actually have an upgrade there on the Eversour Assassin. We do have the Sin Skin Bloody Glove. That's a bit of a hard thing to say. Which grants his health regen, reduces health cost, and increases duration of the Psychon to 50 health and 12 seconds respectively. So, does improve his basic ability, as well as getting a bit of extra health and health regen. Good damage coming out on the power generator. And we got also Assault Marines helping that gen bashing as well. The power generator here will be fully bashed. Could potentially, but he does have tier 2 being researched. He does have 70, or basically 80 power stored up. So a lot of possibilities right now. He did lose a squad, however. He could go for another infantry squad. Though also he could keep the Quasar Stormtrooper going capturing, and a Rhino would be pretty good for the strike squads, just to transport them everywhere. Tier 2 being researched by the Apothecary. 1 generator does go down, and the assault squad here could help really engage these strike squads. Will he dodge them? 1 squad fully gets knocked back, and decides to fall back with both squads entirely. Ooh, and that's a bad retreat path. He does not appear to drop any models, and scouts are unupgraded, so he's going to use that as a captain squad. He doesn't really care for using scouts as combat, just trying to secure sectors. We got purifiers being deployed on out. So he's going for a heavy assault infantry. He already has 2 melee squads. I'm not sure why he goes for a 3rd melee squad. Like, he already has a good front line. Something to support. He needs a support element, whether it be range, firepower, or other support. I was thinking he was going to go for a Terminator Librarian. He has gone for Onslaught Injectors. Increases his charge range by 3. Every tier increases speed and melee skill. And now being upgraded with the Neural Gauntlet. Heard plasma guns, so he's getting plasma guns into tactical marines. Very nice. So purifiers have been deployed. Eversour Assassin and the Apothecary are engaging. He needs to use a self-heal on himself. He's not really paying attention. Does fall back now. Neuro Gauntlets. Takes extra 5 piercing DPS with 2.5 seconds over time. The Eversour Assassin does not perform special attacks while equipped with this weapon. 80 DPS.
Deploying war gear.
The amount of melee weapons here. They're not going to easily be controlled. I mean, a Devastator, it's for something simple as a Devastator can help lock the sector down. Plus with the Assault Marines knockback. Hell, a melee Dreadnought with its big Smashdown ability could be quite good as well. So I think the plasma guns were a bit of a... Oh, there goes that Scout Squad. So probably not a good idea to go for the Dreadnought now since you need to rebuild a repair squad. So maybe the plasma guns were a bad idea rather than deploy out another asset. We do have the improved medical equipment being deployed on now. Got a big charge here by all these melee forces. The Assault Marines need to jump up and jump down right on top of them to knock back these forces. The Assault Marines are about to get wiped out. They're just... Oh! Yep, that does get wiped out. That was very poor positioning. He had to exit counter to all those forces that jumping on in, but he did not. They have minimum range, yeah, true. But really should have gauged with a jump. That force was vulnerable to a jump. Overall, he's getting another assault squad. Might as well upgrade to Stern Guard or Vanguard veterans at this point.
We are losing a power node to the enemy.
Down south, we got the Inquisitor Stormtroopers. Forgot about them. Trying to take out some of these power generators. I think he spent too much power on upgrades at this point in time. We do have 2 generators up here rebuilt. Well, he's probably not doing a good job of capping as well. Eversour Assassin pushes his way forward. He's fully kitted. Fresh. Oh, the generator was actually saved. He does go down there. It does get him level 2. Let's go and be eyeing to avoid combat. It's probably a good idea. Apothecary is a good front line. Did he just self-heal himself right there? Or nope, that's a different ability. That was just the bolt pistol self-heal effect. A lot of forces here. And he hasn't really deployed out a counter to them. Assault Marines could get a good jump in. He does have to start an upgrade on the Assault Marines as well. Apothecary's now engaging. And there he goes. He has a knockback there. He finally got a good knockback there. Plasma guns are now firing as well. And he's now forcing back. He forced back the Purifiers. Now just the 2 strike squads remaining. Does activate the global ability there. And I think that's more Tactical Marines. Or just Drop Pod, actually. I was mainly selected in midair. Or, yeah, more Tactical Marines. So he's gone for triple Tactical Marines. Scouts, Strike Squad. 2 Strike Squads got both the Strike Squads got fully wiped there. Holy crap, what is this game? I think this is a game between 2 lower ranking people. The amount of squads have gone down so far. I could be mistaken, though. No, these are 2 names I recognized before, and I think these 2 are experienced. The attack marines, yeah, they were not being focused down, and the plasma guns were ripped them apart. This one could be upgraded with more plasma guns, apparently. I thought he was going to turn this into Stern Guard veterans, but I guess not. We do have a Grey Knot Dreadnought, which will be effective with his opponent's current composition. Eversour Assassin will need to fall back relatively soon, as in a long time ago. The Eversour Assassin does go down. Of course, the Grey Knight Terminator does have the big flamer upgrade, and of course it's Shiv. I swear, this knife looks stupid. I'm not a huge fan of the Dreadnought design, but that knife makes him look really, really stupid. Flamer's getting some good work in. He does not have a Melta upgrade, and that's just that's a reinforcement model there. Need to fall back. I heard rearming. These are Missile? No, I'm not too sure what's being upgraded then. The Inquisitor or Stormtroopers went down right there just now. Okay, I think these are two lower ranking games. That's just or at least maybe by the Eversour Assassin? Listen, those are upgraded Stormtroopers and they went down without retreating. Maybe they're one person's drunk or high? I don't know. Let's see, Plasma Space Marine or Tactical Marines is better than Heavy Infantry than Stern Guard Veterans, I think. It all depends, I think, what type of rounds they're loaded up with. I think the poison rounds are pretty good. Plus, you also have some other options, such as, in this case, you could load up with the armor-piercing rounds and engage the Great Knight Dread Knight. It has more tactical flexibility as well as more health. Not necessarily DPS-wise, but it's also just more flexibility sometimes. Does he have melter grenades? He does have melter grenades on the Storm Guard veterans. The plasma guns can be effective versus be useful against Great Knight Dreadnought. Great Knight Dreadnought. Wait, am I going crazy, or did the Great Knight Dreadnought turn into a Blood Raven's Dreadnought? It looks, because it's just red. Was this color scheme always red? Yes, it was always red. I'm going crazy, and the Eversour Assassin does go down. Yeah, I'm just going crazy. Because see the word Grey Knight Dreadnought, I assume it's just going to be gray. And this fight's going strange, to say the least. The plasma guns are doing some decent work. He needs to spread up these units. Spread them out so they don't have to worry about them being all clumped up. Yeah, this game's going so strange, I'm going crazy. We've got a Purgation Squad here. Wait. Why did you go for a Purgation Squad? Okay, Psychon cannons, that's probably why.
We shall make it so.
I was thinking at first he's going for Conversion Beamer. But there is a regular Dreadnought being upgraded from Multi-Melta. The Multi-Melta will be able to take out the Grey Knight Dreadnought no problem. And the Dreadnought's going to be tied up in melee, so a lot of good that Melta Gun does. He needs to get some scouts for repairs as well, but the regular Dreadnought goes down. Didn't fire a single burst off of that Melta Gun. Does throw a Melta Bomb there on top of the Dreadnought. And getting some great damage there. Does get a nice heal onto his own Tactical Marines as well. Purgation Squad went fully down there as well. I was not paying attention to that, but it went fully down. What is going on here? Am I wrong thinking that these are two inexperienced players? Am I wrong to think about this? Maybe they're drunk or high. Late night game? I'm just trying to understand some of these games sometimes. Got another 9 minutes of us to replay. Purifiers have been deployed on out. Assault Marines do jump on top of those Purifiers, stopping the destruction of that power generator. Luckily, does not need to worry about rebuilding the Scout for repairs now. Another Great Knight Dreadnought. Honestly, I can't. It's a good item against his opponent's current composition. Other than that, I have no idea what to say. I generally don't know what I would do in either player's shoes. Probably I would not get myself into this sort of situation. And if I were in the Grey Knight situation, I probably would have backed out of the game by now if I would have lost that much stuff. Purifiers are making their way forward. The power generator does go down. And this power generator will also go down, and he does need that energy still. Good merciless strike there. Okay. So it's a fitting match. Even fair fight. I'm going to leave it at that. Honestly, I can't tell if the heavy flamer or the power claw would be better in this situation. Both wouldn't be half bad. Because the rate that those guys are grouped up, the heavy flame will get a lot of AoE damage. But I suppose if he ties them up in melee, the plasma guns won't be as effective to him. Because that's the thing he has to worry about most right now. Melter Bomb does connect. Bit of requisition stored up, which you can use for stormtroopers to capture points. And mass retreat right there. What made a mass retreat right there on opposed to all the other engagements, similar engagements like that? Eversour Assassin versus Apothecary. If heavy infantry are relatively weak or relatively resistant to Flamer, but they're so stacked up, the AoE damage may actually be worth it. Because they're blobbed around everywhere. The AoE damage could make it so it's actually does more damage. Even though they're resistance to it. I don't know at this point. I think the biggest thing why, True, I forgot about the plasma cannon. Why didn't he go for the plasma cannon? I don't know.
We have 200 points remaining.
It's one of these games where I'm trying to understand everybody's thought pattern.
Issuing new weapon loadouts.
Maybe one reason why flamers are less effective versus heavy infantry because the infantry models have more health and there's less of them to hit as well. So they may actually do equal same damage to each of those squads. It's just that there's simply less targets for it to hit. It's hard to say sometimes, because that's the one thing about AoE weapons. AoE weapons, of course, rely on hitting multiple targets, so the squads that have more models will get sustained more damage from it. Now the Apothecary does get a nice health heal there. And we do have a last cannon, Devastator last cannon, which is a good counter. He'll be able to destroy that Great Dreadnought's dead. It's just straight up dead. There's no way that Great Dreadnought can escape out of that arc, because that arc is large. And he should have backed away, perhaps this way, and then run around. But we've also got the Melter Bomb. Yeah, Dreadnought's down. And that's, with the Melter Bomb there, it slows it down to a halt. Well, you wanted some Grey Knights gameplay. Well, here you go.
Don the armor of the Apothecarian.
Armor of the Apothecarian. It's hard to, I can't remember what that does off the top of my head. Apothecary is probably the least played of all the Space Marine heroes. Which is sort of surprising to me. The Apothecary seems like one of the better ones. It feels like, because just have on-field healing makes your heavy infantry even better. It improves the core units of that Space Marines of just heavy infantry.
Our Apothecary has reached level 7.
Well, we do got Inquisitor Stormtroopers. That's definitely the wrong target for them, but we do have him capturing some multiple points, which is good. He's playing the VP game. I gotta say, what do you think is the least played hero in the entire game? I'm trying to think what would be the least played heroes. Probably Tyranid, probably Lictor Alpha or Ravener Alpha. those two are probably least played, along with the Hive Tyrant. And probably a good fourth will probably be the Lord General. Yeah, probably the Grey Knights aren't really well played either. Brother Captain's probably least played? No, it's hard to say. There's a lot of heroes that like you don't really see them all too much. I think if I remember correctly from the Dawn of War statistics, I think it was probably the Tyranids that was least played. I think the most played is Chaos. I may be wrong about that. Eversour Assassin's not even down half health. The Apothecary hasn't got a self-heal on himself, and he was not really paying attention. To be honest, the biggest issue from Tyranids for me is literally the announcer. I hate the Tyranid announcer. Space Marines almost played, that makes sense. Chaos and Space Marines are both solid factions. But the biggest problem I have with Tyranids is the announcer. I absolutely hate the announcer. And dead. One more minute left of this replay. Is that an orbital strike?
Do not let his sacrifice be in vain.
Oh. Might as well. The Eversour Assassin at level 9 as well, which is actually quite impressive. Yes, Eversour Assassin's down. Looks like the Eversour Assassin will lose this fight. No, he hasn't. The Apothecary hasn't healed himself again. And there goes the Apothecary once again. I just don't like it. It just sort of like, it annoys me. The Tyranid announcer, voice announcer just annoys the crap out of me. And there goes the Eversour Assassin, and that's the end of the game. This is Great saying thank you for watching this strange replay, and have a good day.